Good morning, welcome to Furry and Spoilt. Today I'm going to talk to you about dogs' hot spots and itchy skin and how I use salmon oil to help it. Now this video is part of a series of videos. Just doing salmon oil by itself won't stop a dog's hot spots, but it certainly will help if you do everything. The most important thing that you can do if your dog's got hot spots is change what you're feeding them, and there is a video that I've done just for that. And I will attach all of that at the end so that you can go and watch that if you want to. So this is little Albert. I'm not going to repeat my story because you will have heard it before. But he had such bad hot spots that he was going to be put to sleep. We stopped them. This was 9 years ago, and we haven't had a single hot spot since. Right. So this is what I use now. I've got a little visitor. Humps is here with me. I got the salmon out, and he can smell it. Right, so this is what I use. So I give this to them every day, and it's just salmon oil, salmon, but it's because I want the salmon oil from it. And this is just human grade, so I just get it in Tesco's when I do my shopping, just a tin of pink salmon, you can see there. So wherever you are in the world, just whatever tin salmon your supermarket sells, just use that. And then it looks like this, and I give them about that much every day. And you can see there's the actual salmon in there, and then there's loads of oil in there. And that oil, it moisturises all parts of their skin. It moisturises all parts of their body. It moisturises their joints, and it moisturises their skin. And that's why it's really good, because it seeps through into their skin. And also you can tell, because when you give them this salmon, their fur becomes so much better. So you know that their skin is becoming moisturised. And like I said at the beginning, by itself, this is not going to stop hot spots or itchy skin. It will help it, but it isn't going to stop it. To stop it, you've got to change what you're feeding them. And I will attach that video at the end of this video. There's a whole playlist just for hot spots. So, there's all sorts in there. But it's really, don't think you can just give them this and that will sort the problem out, because it won't. I do a load of stuff, and I've done videos on them all, but just be aware, this by itself won't do it. But if you change what you're feeding them, this is really important, because not only you're also moisturising the skin, and it just helps so much. When Albert first came to us, and like I said in other videos, he was so bad with his hot spots that the vet wanted to put him down. The very first thing I did was put him onto a food that was actually just salmon. So it was the barking heads that I always use, but it was just the salmon. And I just think that helps so much. I think salmon is just such a good thing for dogs' skin. It just helps so much. And even if you haven't got hot spots and you haven't got itchy skin, and you don't have to be, you're not changing what you're feeding them because there isn't a need or whatever, it's still really beneficial to give your dog salmon every day. It really helps them so much. So this is how much I give them every day. Just that much there. So this is it's not a little spoon, it's like a dessert spoon. I give them all that much every day, all three of them. Now, so Albert is the one who really suffers bad with hot spots. This is Humps. He's our new rescue from Korea. I've only had him a few months. He hasn't got any itchy skin at all, but I still give it to him. And I have noticed that in the short time we've had him, his fur is just gleaming. It's shiny as anything, and I'm sure that that's down to the salmon oil. And Harry, the dog I showed you at the beginning of the video under his blanket, he doesn't have hot spots either. But I give it to him as well. And it just is nice for them to have that moisturising in the skin. The thing you do need to be aware of is that it is fattening. It is very fattening because it's an oil. And when Humps first came to us, he was really, really overweight. And so getting his weight off him was an absolute priority. So I didn't give him the same amount. I gave him about half of the amount. But now I've got him up to the full amount, because he's lost the weight and looking good, aren't you, darling? And probably needs to lose a little bit more, but on the whole, he's looking so much better than he was. So just be aware of that. It is fatty. Don't give them any more than I showed you, because it is a very... Oh, you're having a good stretch. Because it's rich. It's a rich food, and you don't want to be... you probably make them a bit sick. You could just stir it in with their food. It would all be the same. They probably quite like that. I don't. I do it when we get back from our walk. Just give it to them. I put that into little dishes. Put it into the little dishes, and that does it. So that's it. So that's salmon. I'll carry on recording videos, all the other stuff that I do to help hotspots, and they'll all go into the hotspots playlist. So as always, can I tell you something? Yesterday, one of you sent me a message in the comments about your story with hotspots, and it stayed with me because it was so sad to hear. Really, really sad to hear. And I hope that you, please, if you, I don't care if you watch the video or not, that's not what this is about, but even if you just go to the comments, so what feeding your dog to stop hot spots and itchy skin, just go to the comments and read the story that's in there. It's you know, it's not me saying it, it's true life with what's happening out there with hotspots. And please keep your stories coming. I'm learning so much. And the lady in that message mentioned that her dog was a Westie, a white dog, and so I'm wondering if it is more of a thing that white dogs are more prone to. I don't know, but it's really interesting. So please keep your stories coming so that we can all be learning from this and helping dogs, because that's actually, you know, that's completely and utterly what this channel is all about. As always, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter. I love it when you come over and tell me that you've subscribed and your story and tell me about your dogs. I love hearing all of that. As you probably know, I love dogs. They are my life, and I just love hearing about your dogs and how things are going. So yeah, on Instagram and Twitter, much more active on Twitter, and that's it. So I haven't got anything else to say, but as always, please tell me your stories, or if you've got questions about hotspots. Look at this gorgeous boy. He's from South Korea, from the meat trade. Yeah, he always does that when I talk to him. Can you come in for a cuddle, don't you, baby? He's from the meat trade in South Korea, where they eat dogs. And he's got a few problems, a little bit of aggression and a few problems, but on the whole, we're getting there, aren't we, darling? We're getting there. So, yeah, please, any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask me. And I hope that you and your dogs all have a wonderful day. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.